Okay, let's talk about hell. Hell's not a punishment. It's, you can say, a very deep purifying agent institution. This is what hell is. And there's different planes of hell. There's, as many of you know and have personally experienced, hell is definitely on this planet also. There's some hellish situations here that can be just as bad or worse than the worst hellish astral planes that exist on the in the afterlife dimension. So hell is not like, it's not like this one hell, like it's written hell and you go there. It's not like that. Now, why do some beings end up going to a place that's super dark and super torturous? Why is that? See, these when we start tackling these existential, I have a little cold, by the way, can you tell? When we start tackling these existential subjects, then it gives all this space and room for the know-it-alls to come in and say, no, man, it's not like that. You see, you didn't say this part and this part. I'm like, we're talking about like infinite existential things here. And I'm talking for like 10 minutes. You see what I mean? How am I going to cover every angle? But I'm talking to those who resonate, and you just see where I'm pointing to. And then your intuition can fill in the blanks, like all the things that I can't share here. Okay, so I'm talking to the intelligent people here. All right, hell, why do we go there? Okay, leaving karma out of the equation, because I've made videos on that, which basically, to oversimplify, means there's no accidents. There's no accidents. Any situation we find ourselves in, whether it be super positive and auspicious or the opposite, is because on some level, we karmically attracted that. If we could see all of our string of previous lives, it would make sense, but we can't see it. So it's like, how could that happen to such innocent person? Because we don't know. We don't know how innocent they were before, for example. Another, I'm just recapping on the karma video. Another reason we could attract certain situations is because we want to have a high level learning experience, or we want to be able to serve others in some way, and the only way to really understand and serve them is to experience that situation firsthand. It's not like you become awake and then you understand everything. People with schizophrenia, or people who got raped, or people, and just because I'm awake, like I understand everything. It doesn't work like that. There's certain earthly, when we're in this body, certain experiences that we need to have in order to have a stronger sense of compassion and empathy. Not that you don't have empathy and compassion for all beings, regardless of whether or not you can relate to their suffering. You look at them and you can see vibrationally, like, damn, they're in pain. You know what that feels like because you experienced pain, but you may not know exactly the idiosyncrasies and subtleties of that particular pain. Okay. So, the thing I want to focus on this video is it's more about, I like to reference movies because then you can watch it and it gives a good explanation about it. So, I've talked about Powder before, right? Where he puts, the hunter shoots the deer, the deer's suffering, Powder puts the hunter's hand on the deer, the hunter experiences the suffering of the deer. He has some unity consciousness then. This is what hell is about. It's giving those beings who are very dense, very Tomsic, who are very unconscious, who they have no unity consciousness with anything except themselves. Some don't even feel it, don't even care about their own self. It's like the lowest level, they don't even care about their own self. Next level, they care about themselves and maybe their family a little bit. Everyone else, like, who cares? Like, next level, they care about themselves, their family, and then other beings. But they don't care so much about animals or insects. They don't have a problem. Like they'll step on a cockroach. I don't want this cockroach. They won't pick it up and throw it outside. They're like, nah, I'll just kill it. Next level, if one really has unity consciousness, you feel a compassion and empathy for any living sentient being because they're like trying to survive like you. You don't have, what do you call it? Like, you're not a, you don't have this, like, you're not prejudiced or discriminative against lower level evolutionary forms. Because you realize, wait a minute, like I probably, you know, I haven't always been, I had to work my way up to earning a human body. They probably are too. You see, this comes natural. It's not belief. It's not like, oh, I don't really believe that. It's cool. You don't have to believe anything. These are realizations that come. So if a being, and there's some of these, if the being doesn't have any kind of unity consciousness and they can hurt people and they don't feel anything, and while they're here, they don't overcome that. They don't, there's no kind of awakening that takes place to where they somehow feel like, well, I shouldn't do that to other people. I'm like hurting my own self. If that doesn't happen, if that realization doesn't take place here, well, God's created other dimensions, other schools where you can get a real hands-on experience. It's good. And experience what you did to other people, and you're gonna feel that. And then when you come back, because you'll have to come back to demonstrate your realization, you'll have another body and you'll come back. Here's the thing, when you come back, there's a lot of mosquitoes out, but I'm handling it. When you come back, it's an interesting dichotomy. You're gonna have a tendency to do it again, to hurt people again, because that was, you created that tendency from the last time you were here, because that's all you did. Intruders come, you see them? We can see them together, because even though my back's turned. All right. So you created, because this is how karma is created. We do, these are habits are created. We do something over and over again. It creates that tendency to where we're going to want something that's going to have to experience again. Thus, the concept of transcendence is born. We have to transcend those things. The good habits, they're cool. You have certain gifts. You can play the piano, or you're a good writer, or something like that. You develop those skills in previous lives. That's going to carry over, and you're going to continue to do that. That's cool. But if you've been like a killer, serial killer, and you're probably going to have a tendency to want to do that again. But there's also, because you went through training in the astral dimension, you're going to experience, there's going to be some awareness, some higher party who's activated now that's going to think twice, like, wait a minute, I don't know, something, I want to like hurt this person, but like my conscious is like activated now. Something, I don't want to do it, but I do, but I don't. You see, this is how we grow, because you've learned that. You've learned that in these more subtle dimensions. So, I was referencing some movies before. I gave the example about powder, and then you have the smart-ass comments like, well, that's a deer though, man. Like, that's not it's not a human. You know, you can't win with, there's 8 billion people here. Everyone's living in their own world of perception, and then there's some people unhappy. They need to express themselves, is what they need to do. Otherwise, they go to other people's channels, and then they want to, like, they're basically saying, look at me, like I know something too. I'm like, yeah, bro, like we all do, but you don't go crash someone's channel in this kind of negative way. It's okay, I have somebody that goes through the comments and deletes the nonsense, so I don't really have to deal with it. If you get your own channel or find a certain way to express yourself, you may not feel like doing that on other people's channels. I don't really get it that much. I look at some people's channels, man, they get a lot of hate. You got these trollers, they don't know what to do with themselves, you know, and they want to be recognized. Like, I know something. Okay, good, go make video and show what you know. Go, why you like, what are we doing? All right. So it doesn't matter if it was a deer. Point is, the powder gave the hunter some unity, activated his unity consciousness to see, like, whoa, I'm inflicting some real pain, man. Who cares? Animal, fish, insect, human. Like, you just start to see, like, oh, my actions are like doing something here. You start to have compassion. That's what builds compassion and empathy. There's another movie, A Peaceful Warrior. Now, I can't remember the exact scene because it's been a while, but I remember the gist, and the gist is what's important. You can go see it if you want. Nick Nolte was this boy's mentor, and the kid was, I don't know, there was another, like a bully or something that would bother him all the time, and he was mad at him. He's like, why you keep messing with me, man? Like, I'm not doing nothing. The bully kept bothering him, though, Reminded me of me when I was in kindergarten. I used to do that, too. I couldn't help it. Like, I came into this life with kind of a mean streak, I didn't go off the deep end too much, but I somehow liked teasing, and I had a big friend. He was like 300 pounds. I liked to punch his shoulder. It felt like a punching bag, But then I stopped. It wasn't nice. So this kid kept bothering this kid, and then the kid that was getting bothered, he was walking through the woods, and he saw Nick Nolte. I think Nick Nolte was like chilling up on a tree or something, and somehow a darshan was transmitted to the kid. Nick Nolte didn't do it. This is the thing. Like, we gotta understand. You don't go find some guru and then think they can give you willfully give you a transmission. It doesn't work like that. I got one from Muji, and I can tell you he has no idea about it. The disciple or student or receiver, they need to be empty, and the so-called guru teacher needs to be empty. Then the divine, if it's divinely ordained, it will do this transmission. Just wanted to throw that in there. I went to India looking for that's what drove me to India. I'm like, I want somebody to touch me like that, and I'm free of all this physical pain, emotional pain, all that. I realized that's not the case. Nick Nolte was chilling in the tree, though. And this kid got this understanding. It was like he saw this other bully, saw how his dad or abusive, father just messed him all up. He got flashes, scenes of this kid's past, how the dad was just always just nailing him. And then he put it together. He's like, this is why the kid does that. There was a scene like that in Powder also, actually. Things like that I remember, man, because that's what gives one understanding. Remember the St. Francis prayer, understand rather than be understood. You don't need to have some, vision to get it. You don't have to wait for that. You be open. If some people, whether you know them or not, doesn't seem right, it seems hateful, ask, pray, God, show me something. Help me broaden my understanding to help take me out of this resentfulness that I'm in. Help me see what, because I don't understand. My limited small little mind can't understand. It just wants to blame. Oh, they're stupid, or they're, but there must be a deeper reason why they're doing that. There must be unconsciousness there. Can you shed some light on that? At the same time, you don't be a doormat. See, this is what some people will say. Oh, he's saying just lay down. Let him step on you. You ask for the understanding. Then you also ask, God, what would you have me do in this situation? How do you want me to handle this? What do you want me to do? You want me to throw down, teach him a couple things, take him to school? Or what do you want me to do? You want me just to hold space? You have to show me. And that's revealed in the moment. Can't figure that out ahead of time. All right, next time I go to school, if this guy just looks at me, I'm going to crack him. No. Or I'm just going to be, we don't know. You be super empty in the moment, and you can apply this to any level of life with everything. You be super empty and poised and tuned in. Let spirit guide you what to do. And don't judge it. Don't say, oh, no, that's not spiritual. No, we don't know. Like spiritual, like it's a concept. What's spiritual is listening to your inner voice. This is this is what's spiritual. All right, so if we don't, in summary, this is what hell is there to do, to give us this unity consciousness and this understanding and empathy of like how other beings feel when we treat them a certain way or hurt them. I've listened to some interviews with serial killers in the past because I was just curious, you know. I'm like, how can this, like, that's just what they do for a living. That's what they do. So what do you do for a living? I just take people out. Really? So they interview them, and people like Jeffrey Dahmer, and there was a couple other guys. I can't remember their names. They're like, listen, man, this is what I do. I can't help it. You need to lock me up. If you don't lock me up, I'm going to keep doing it. Like, you need to talk to God. I don't know why I do it. Now, people like that, they're going to have to go to some more intense training, AKA hell, when they leave this dimension, because they can't get their lessons here. It's best if you can get your lessons here. So then when you leave the planet, you don't have much stuff to burn up. It's like you can coast and chill in these higher, you can say, heavenly realms. This is what we want. It's almost like, I can give a plant medicine analogy. By the time I found plant medicine, I was like, or by the time I started doing it, I was like mid-30s. I'd already done so much fasting and cleansing and inner work and, you know, sadhana. And so I didn't have much for the medicine to like clear up. So when I did it, it was just every time I did it, I was just like, I was like, damn, this is where it's at. But then you end up doing too much, and then it goes the other way. See, it's duality. So I feel like that's what it is. If we really don't waste our time here and we use it for the highest purpose, that's what it's gonna be when we leave. It's gonna be like, oh man, this is like I put in all that work, and now it's worth it. Like, who cares? I suffered for decades. Like, whatever. Like, I'm not now. Yeah, I'm coasting. So I see it like that. Lastly, this was interesting. I seen a guy, he defended himself, you know. He didn't have an attorney, and he was there for killing somebody. And I remember the judge, this is the thing, like people do like really hurtful things, and then the judge and everybody, basically mainstream, they're like, how dare you die? You know, what's wrong with you? They act like the person like made a calculated decision, like the same, like, okay, I'm gonna choose to like take this leave. Oh no, I don't want to take it. It's like that. No, they're sick. How are you gonna do these horrendous things if you're not sick? Like, you're sick, right? So they're like, they just keep bashing this guy. I'm like, don't you see that doesn't do anything? He needs like training, a higher level of training. But he told this judge, he had some awakening when he was in prison. He's like, Your Honor, can you like just give me the death penalty, please? He says, I messed this life up, and I don't see any reason why to just be stuck in this body and just rot in, you know, in prison for however long. Give me the death penalty. Let me get rid of this body. I'm gonna go get my training on the, you know, another level. Then I'll get a new body, and then I can start over again. And I'm gonna correct all this. I was like, damn, I really like that, you know. And the judge, of course, they can't. How are they gonna interpret that? I don't even know. They were stuck. Everybody was stuck. The jurors, the judge, they didn't understand, you know. This is the world we're living in. You got all levels of consciousness all mixed together and trying to like communicate. I'm making a video soon. Life is just one big divine misunderstanding or something. It is. This life isn't meant to work. It's training. This whole planet's training. I'll make another video. This planet's not our home and our body's not me, or something like that. Okay, that's good. So I do consults. My email is on the banner. I got to try to do a group though again at some point. I'm visiting my mom in Florida, which is super cool. The transformation, it's a total 180 from like as a teen till now. It's like you wouldn't even believe it, like seriously. So it's nice experiencing that transformation, and maybe we should make a video on that. About I don't know, there's too many videos. All right, I'll see you soon.